Hi everybody, I'm Toni and welcome back to another episode of our Horsemanship 101 series presented by Hanson Dam Riding School. Today we're going to be talking about how to put on polo wraps. So what are polo wraps? Polo wraps are a type of exercise bandage, and like boots, they're used to protect the tendons in case the horse hits them while you're riding. But unlike boots, they also add a little bit of support to the tendons. But it's very important to make sure they get put on correctly. To put on a polo wrap correctly, you roll it on in a counterclockwise motion, meaning you roll this towards the horse's tail. To properly start a polo wrap, you can either do it in the middle of the leg or at the top of the leg, depending on how long your polo wrap is, but you never want to start it at the bottom. So doing your polo wraps, you either want to be in a squat or bent over like this. For safety reasons, you never want to have your knees on the ground or be sitting while you're doing the polo wrap. Only feet on the ground to make sure you can move out of the way quickly. So to start your polo wrap, unroll a little bit and decide if you want to start at the top or in the middle of the leg. This one's a pretty average size. I'm going to start a little bit lower than the top, but not quite in the middle because it's not too short. So to start your polo wrap, unroll just a little bit. Right at the top, and I take my end, and I roll it right around the leg and anchor it with my finger right in the middle of the tendons. Then I pull tight going towards the horse's tail and use that to anchor the end of the wrap right there. Then I keep going down. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and then come back up. And you always want to finish your polo wraps at the top. The other really important thing is that you only pull tight going towards the horse's tail on the outside of the leg. You never want to pull tight on the inside of the leg like this, because that can bring these tendons around the leg or just generally mess things up, which can cause a lot of damage to the horse's legs and cause things like broken tendons. So pulling tight on the outside every time, and you want to make sure that you go down an even amount every time. It's very important that these wraps are evenly distributed pressure across the leg. So once you get to the bottom of the wrap, you need to change direction and go back to the top. In order to do that, your very bottom roll should actually go under the fetlock a little bit, just around the ergot, and curve downward. And then coming up, you're going to angle your wrap a little bit up, and there should be a little triangle right in the front of your horse's leg. If you see that little triangle, that's how you know that your whole wrap is nice and even. And then you're just going to start going back up. Pulling tight on the horse's leg. And every time you go around, you want to make sure that there aren't any wrinkles. Those can cause pressure points on the horse's leg, which can be very dangerous. So every time I pull tight, I'm just going to make sure that the wrap is nice and flat, sitting against my horse's leg. And then once I get back to the top, if there's a little corner sticking out, you can just fold that under as you roll around. And then at the top, most polo wraps will have Velcro. If they don't, you can use some masking tape right around the top. But it's really important to make sure that you don't jack it tight around the top, that you put it on exactly the same pressure as you put on the rest of the wrap. Anchor your Velcro right there. To make sure that your polo wrap is on evenly throughout the leg, you can take your pinky and stick it in the top of the wrap. You should just be able to stick your pinky in the top, but it should feel very snug against your horse's leg. And that's how you do a polo wrap. To take the polo wrap off, you're just going to undo the Velcro and then unroll it around your horse's leg. And as you unroll it, you want to make sure that you're gathering it up into a nice little bundle in your hand. So I'm just going to go around, taking it out, taking it off, and there you go, all done. Thanks so much for joining me and Keto for another episode of Toni's Tactics. If you liked what you saw, or even if you didn't, be sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to comment below if you have any questions, or if you have ideas about what you'd like to learn next. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to always ask why. Bye for now.